What the fuck is up, YouTubers? That's right, your boy Jim is back, and we are here with another episode of Dipshits of the Internet, where I talk about the weird news stories circling the internet. And these news stories are stories that I find either personally searching through social media, or they're news stories that my wife sends me. This new dipshit of the internet is a 47-year-old man from Goose Creek, South Carolina. Apparently, this man, and I will leave a link to the news story in the description below. Apparently, this guy, who is heavily intoxicated and also blitzed out of his mind on crystal meth and cocaine, crashed his vehicle into the river. Now, he did not crash his vehicle into the river because he was drunk and high off his ass. No, that's not why he crashed his vehicle. This man crashed his vehicle into the river because apparently, and this is what the man told the sheriff's department and emergency crews when they rescued him, he crashed his vehicle into the river because he attempted to give himself a blowjob. Yes, you guys heard me correctly. Homeboy crashed his car into the river because he was trying to blow himself. Okay. What the fuck? Okay, don't get me wrong. There has been times I was desperate for it, and I've slept with some questionable women in my day. Okay? Like, these were just straight fucking just coyote ugly moments. You wake up next to them and you want to chew off your own arm to get away from them. That has happened to me a few times. But I have never been so desperate for a fucking blowjob that I attempted to blow myself while I was fucking driving. Or at all. Okay? I used to smoke pot. And I used to drink. And yes, when I used to drink and when I used to smoke pot, I would come up with some stupid ideas of shit to try. But I never once had the thought pop into my head of trying to suck my own dick. Okay, that has never fucking happened before. What in the ever-loving name of hell possesses you to want to do that? I don't get it. Why? Okay, apparently what happened is, apparently this guy had just gotten divorced. He was suffering from severe clinical depression. So he was drinking and doing drugs a lot. Which is stupid in itself to get high and try to drive. Okay, let alone get drunk and high and try to drive. That's stupid in itself. But apparently, this dude got drunk and high, and while he was driving down the road, apparently, from what he told the deputy sheriff, he had the uncontrollable urge for a blowjob and attempted to suck his own dick while driving. And apparently, he got his head stuck under the steering wheel and lost control. Now again, I've gotten desperate for sex and I've slept with some questionable looking women in my day. Okay, but what guy hasn't? Okay, not only that. Okay, I've gotten drunk And I've gotten baked out of my mind when I used to smoke weed. I haven't smoked weed in about 6 years. What the fuck possesses you to want to try that? Okay, because I've gotten drunk and baked off my ass and have gotten a few stupid ideas, but I've never once wanted to try to suck my own dick. Never wanted to. But apparently this dude had the uncontrollable urge and just had to blow himself. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you do that? Okay, and again, but I've also done some stupid things while driving. Okay? I've sat there and texted while driving a couple times. Not my finest moment, especially since I've almost gotten into a couple of car accidents because I've tried it. But I've also dialed a phone while I was driving. I have driven distracted a couple times. Okay? I'm not denying that. Okay? Not everyone, I can't say everyone does it. Not everyone does it, but there's a few people out there who have done it. Some people aren't as lucky as me to avoid accidents, but I've been lucky so far, and that's why I don't do it at all. But apparently, this guy who was drunk and high on crystal meth and cocaine tried the ultimate distraction by blowing himself. I mean, that just blows my mind. The fact that he tried driving while drunk and high in itself blew my mind when I first read this news story. But he crashed his car not because he was intoxicated, which 99.99% of the time is what happens when you try to drive while intoxicated. You end up crashing your vehicle. Sometimes you get lucky and fate smiles on you and you manage to get home safely. Very rarely does that happen. But why the fuck would you want to stop and try to blow yourself while you're driving down the road? If you're that desperate to try that, pull the fuck over, dude. I mean, you're still fucking weird for wanting to try that. And you're still an idiot for trying to drive while intoxicated. But when you drive while intoxicated and then try to blow yourself, you just earn yourself a spot on YouTube as a dipshit. Okay, because I guarantee you I'm not the only one to talk about this video or talk about this news story. I guarantee it. Because why the fuck would you want to do that? Okay, if you're that desperate for a blowjob, go and find a fucking hooker, dude. Okay, hookers are all over the fucking place. Of course, they go by call girls now. But they're still fucking hookers. You pay them to fuck you. They're hookers. Okay? Go and find a hooker. They're all over the United States. Okay? But what the fuck, dude? How do you get so fucking desperate that the thought pops into your fucking head? Oh, well, I just have to have a blowjob now and there's nobody around, so I have to do it myself. What the fuck? Not to mention, you're 47 years old, so I doubt your shit works anymore. So it had to have been a failed attempt. Okay, because I know most guys' shit stops working after 45. Okay, here you are, 47 years old, almost 50. Guarantee you your shit stopped working fucking years ago. So it's more than likely a failed attempt. But why the fuck do you get so desperate that you have to try and self-service yourself in that way? Okay? I have never once had that thought pop in my head. Never once. Okay? Now I know there's the rumor out there that Marilyn Manson had his bottom 2 ribs removed so he can blow himself. There is that rumor floating around. I don't know if it's true or not. Never decided to look it up. Because that's weird in itself. But seriously though, is it that hard for people to use common fucking sense? Okay, seriously. Is it honestly that fucking hard? But anyway, y'all, that's my rant for the day. It's another episode of Dipshits of the Internet. I think this is part 3. And like I said, I will leave a link to the news story in the description below. So if you guys get curious and want to see proof of the story I'm talking about, go ahead and read the news story for yourself. Like I said, I will leave a link to it in the description below. There is a few other news stories that I have of weird things of weird news stories passing around the internet that I have that I will be reviewing and featuring in later rants. Yes, if those of you who have seen my older videos, yes, me and my wife did a video where we did a snack crate. We are planning on doing that again, as his finances have been a little tight lately and haven't been able to do it. But we are planning on doing another snack crate episode. And I do have other topics of stuff that I plan on ranting about. If you guys have an idea for something for me to rant about, leave a comment below, and I will definitely look into it. But until then, it's your boy Jim coming at you. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, share my videos, and I will catch y'all next rant. Peace.